But it's your boy, Brother Winston, with another video. So I'm sitting here editing somebody's video. It's about 8 hours long. So in the meantime, I say, you know what? It's time to make another Umar video, okay? I'm starting to realize how, when I make these videos, it helps people get a better understanding of what's going on so they can tell other people to stop giving money to him. And that's a good thing, okay? So when I can, I'm going to try to put these videos up. And also trying to find other scammers also and talk about them, all right? So it is kind of fun to do this stuff. So anyway, this is Dr. Umar Johnson's first school scam. Okay, let's hit play here. We're going to move about this and look at some comments real quick and look at some other things too. Because I said my last video, he's going to look at some of his old stuff. So let's look into this, y'all.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Umar Johnson, and I am a school psychologist and doctor of clinical psychology. In addition to that, I hold degrees in political science and education. I am here at the historic St. Paul's College. This beautiful campus, 135 acres of which I hope to make the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy for African Children. This college, St. Paul's.
One, I'm a videographer myself. I don't know why in the world he would be that far away starting off, but that's just, I don't know. He's mad far away from the camera. But anyway, I guess they're trying to say that, this is a journey that he's taking. All right, I can get that. Now, I will say this, okay? Going back in time, and this is a over 7-year-old video, okay? People didn't understand that Umar was scamming them. Listen to the things he's going to say when I hit play, okay? Things that he's saying, they seem to be noble things, okay? Things that we want to see. And me personally, Brother Winston, okay, I went to a school, though the school I went to was not started by black people, but it was all about black education. Okay, the school in Philadelphia called the Jubilee School. Okay, before that school in Philly, before Imhotep was starting all other schools, there was a school called Jubilee School. It started in a thrift store. Okay, it started very small. I went to the school when it was in a thrift store. Okay, see, so the stuff that Umar is talking about is not like it never been done before when it comes to the education, this and that. Okay, it has been done in different ways, but what he's talking about would be different. Okay, if it were to come to pass, but it shouldn't be coming to pass through him because Umar is very unhinged. Okay, but the school I went to, it was crazy. I mean, I knew a lot about black history. I didn't understand how much I knew until I went to public school. It was a private school. It was a real cheap private school. Okay, when I went to public school, in middle school, I realized just how different, how little people in public school really learn about their own education. Okay, how little we're really taught. And I can see why a lot of guys on the corner doing all kind of dumb stuff. Okay, because there's very little information given. When I went to high school, which is a public school, I didn't get any black education at all. I'm not even lying. None at all. Okay, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. I mean, I went to high school for 3 years. So I'm in high school for 3 years. And I literally got no black education at all. When I was in elementary school, Jubilee, that's all we got. Okay, whether it was a white teacher, a black teacher, they taught us about who we were. And almost everybody that came out of that school is doing something with their life. Okay. Almost every single student. Okay. And it's a reason why. So what he's talking about here is a noble thing, but it's a shame because what he wants to do is a scam. And as people are saying in the comments, it was a scam from the very beginning.
Was opened on September the 24th, 1888 by a contemporary of the great Booker T. Washington. That great ancestor's name was James Solomon Russell. Father Russell opened this college with less than a dozen students. And by the time it reached its zenith, St. Paul's College owned more than 1,000 acres of land and housed more than 1,000 African children. But unfortunately, last summer, June of 2013, the board of directors of this college graduated the last class of students from St.
So this is 2014 now, okay?
Paul's College. I'm hoping that you will help me keep this college in the hands of the African American community.
We know that he didn't get this college, so that didn't happen. Let's move forward a little bit.
Exist in a system that was not designed to educate them in the first place. I want to give them a heaven on earth. I want to give them a home away from home. And I want St. Paul's College to be that place. Imagine a school.
You know what? When he said, I want to give them a heaven on earth, you know what it made me think of? It made me think of Donald Trump. I've compared Umar to Trump before, okay? I'm not a Trump supporter or a Trump fan at all, okay? If you don't know that about me, all right? One thing I would say is this, okay? Donald Trump has a personality, as does Umar, where it's like, it's almost as if everything that he says is the opposite. Like if he says I'm going left, he's going right. If I'm going up, I'm going down. It's like everything. It's like he's like opposite man. Okay. And with Umar, I wonder if that's the case. Okay. If the big, statements that he says and things that he says I want to establish and make real, in this world are really truly just not just lies, but if it's actually the opposite. Looking at what he actually does as opposed to what he's actually done and been doing and is doing. Okay.
Where children don't have to be suspended. Imagine a school where your child never gets expelled. Imagine a school where your child never gets misdiagnosed and put in special education.
Remember, here he's showing black kids, and this stuff's finally finished being loaded into the program. I'm gonna get this video done, y'all. I'm sorry I can't make this video too long. I'll wait for this video stuff on my end to load up. But anyway, so at the end of the day, all right, he's showing young black boys, all right. And like I said in my other video, this is the same Umar Johnson that said to young black men that he would bash their little heads. And he said, I'm gonna bash your head in, little boy. That's what he said he was gonna be telling some of these young men, okay? That he would be doing that to them. All right. People were looking at it laughing, like, wow, he's really giving them tough love. That's not something that you say to somebody else's child. I don't care what anybody says. I'm gonna bash your head in, little boy. See what I'm saying? And he's a school psychologist. All right, he's a psych. I mean, it's just astonishing. It's astonishing. All right, I'm not gonna go to try to figure out, if he's telling the truth of all of his accreditations and all that kind of stuff. And people have done that before. At the end of the day, we're looking at who he is now, what Umar is saying now, and no matter what he has done or what he has accomplished, anybody can get a degree. Anybody can pay and get a degree, go to school. Okay.
To donate to this cause. Donate to this fundraiser. Let us show the world that we care enough about our children and enough about our history and enough about our ancestors to keep St. Paul's College in the hands of the African American community and in the hands of Dr. Umar Johnson and in the interests of African children.
Okay, so basically that never happened. Let's look at some of these comments. Okay, the comments we have here, top comment, this was a scam from the very beginning. Also, if you can't see this, you may need to zoom in on your phone. Since I switched the orientation of this screen here, okay, you may need to zoom in on your phone. This was a scam from the very beginning. If you're looking at watches on the phone, I should say, okay. This was a scam from the very beginning. Now he asking for free labor to build a brand new school. That's 6 years ago. Okay, 6 years ago, he already was talking about the new school. Okay. Let's scroll down a little bit. 6 years ago. Update, this clown just told his followers to pay for him to go back to law school. Wow. He said he needs $300,000 because he is not taking out any more loans. Wow, I won't even talk about that right now, but let's look at some of these replies to that. Where can I see this? The man is just panhandling for money. Very simple. Some people, unfortunately, just keep buying what he is selling. Yep, absolutely. Schools are needed. I wonder if this can still be done despite whatever is going on. Can others step in and bring this forth with a business plan and action? Yeah, they could. Okay. Can they work with others to get it off the ground? A piece of land and 2 buildings? Let's look at the reply to that. It's not going to happen. The man is an egomaniac, who has panhandled money for years. Now, this is an old video also, okay? This is what looks to be some of Umar's fans, okay? I'm not making this segment here to make fun of any of them, okay? I want to make sure I say that. But we want to see how people were deceived by Dr. Umar Johnson, okay? Let's wrap this video up. Let's go.
The most recent request be at the top or the bottom. Brother Jelani, what's good?
Hey, peace, Dr. Umar. How you doing?
All is well, black man. Where you at in the world?
Well, actually, I'm in Philadelphia right now.
Oh, you in Philly, so you in the same city with me. You live in Philly?
Right, yes.
Okay, so we in the same city. What's going on with you, black man?
Nothing much, man. I wanted to ask you a question. I wanted to kind of switch it up. Are you promoting a tour right now?
Well, I'm kind of always on tour. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So right now, what I got coming up is Buffalo, New York on Saturday, April the 6th. Syracuse the next day, April the 7th. Cleveland, Ohio. Hartford, Connecticut, Malcolm X Day, May 19th. And
Okay.
we got the Ghana tour. We got the trip to Ghana from July 25th to August the 4th. And I got there's always new dates coming in all the time.
Oh, some things. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah,
All right. Cool.
yeah.
Cool. I wanted to kind of ask you, man. About something. I wanted to ask you about get your psychological, skill set going, right?
Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask you about because I know this sister, and this sister's real nice. She is really active. She's a bubbly sister, and she is, really energetic but she dropped something on me. She says that she suffers from depression, and I didn't know. It was kind of hard for me to believe it because of the way she is.
Okay.
And you would never know. I never knew that about her. I can't so what are the the characteristics of depression, and how do we handle it?
Of course, they would ask us, Dr. Umar, because he says he's a psychologist. He knows so much about the human psyche, which I actually do believe. That's how he's been able to deceive so many people. Okay, because he knows a lot about the human psyche. He knows how foolish many people are. Okay, because I'm gonna tell you guys right now, and I'm saying this as a businessman, the people that have businesses that make the most money, they make that money because they understand how people think. You have to understand that. Okay, they understand how people think and how people buy. To understand patterns of people buying, you have to understand how people think. Okay, to understand the herd mentality. Okay, Dr. Umar, though it's a lot of negative things we can say about him, he does understand the human mind. That's why he's able to scam in such a way. It's a lot of things that he does. For example, you ever notice why? And I oftentimes bring up how Dr. Umar will say things in threes. Okay, he does that as a way of almost like a hypnotizing of tactic that he does. Not only that, but it also allows him to think of a new lie. Because while he's saying something 3 times, it's not causing his mind to have to work. Okay. So if he repeats what he's saying, he's able to come up with a new lie. While he's able to basically split his thoughts into 2. Okay, because I've done the same thing myself when I do public speaking and during days of witnesses and preaching and everything like that I do. Okay, you can say certain things so that you can give your mind time to think. And Dr. Umar does this all the time, and it makes him appear to be always on his toes and always fresh. When in actuality, he's just repeating something, and he repeats it in the most manly way he possibly can. He'll be like, we're coming to St. Louis, Missouri, September 5th. I said we're coming to St. Louis, Missouri, September 5th. Brothers and sisters, I said we're coming to St. Louis, Missouri, September 5th. Now, by the 3rd time, you feel like, what a strong man. He usually said 3 times. But all he did was say the exact same thing 3 times. Now, at that point, he has another lie ready to go. You understand what I'm saying?
From a black community perspective, versus going to a doctor and getting the diagnosis and getting medicine for it.
Well, number one, depression is a big deal, especially for black women, because black women have been through everything from sexual abuse, fatherlessness, poor relationships with their mother, verbal abuse from previous relationships. So black women suffer from a lot of low self-esteem, and with that low self-esteem, there's also a lot of depression. Now, on the medicine, I don't recommend the meds because medicine is not a solution. It's not a solution. All the chemicals do is mess with the brain so the depression doesn't take place. To make a long story short, medicine replaces your willpower. In other words, since you don't have the willpower to stop the negative thinking, we're going to introduce a chemical into your brain to stop the negative thinking. So medicine replaces willpower. It's like somebody addicted to cigarettes. They don't have the power to stop smoking the cigarettes. So we're going to give you a chemical that will affect desire to smoke. But the problem is the chemical has long-lasting side effects.
We're going to stop right here. Is Dr. Umar wrong in that? No. He's right. He's right about these different things that people take to take away the pain regarding these different substances. I'm trying to be careful even when I say, because YouTube is so crazy when you say certain words. They're trying to limit your video. Okay. I've seen it. But he's right. And this is why people have believed in Dr. Umar money. He's telling people the obvious truth. Okay. Like me personally, I try to take ibuprofen, none of that stuff when I feel bad. Okay. Because that stuff is doing something to your body that God did not intend. Okay. I used to take when I was younger. I used to take all that kind of stuff when I was younger, and I realized, you shouldn't be doing that. Okay, if you can avoid it, unless you absolutely have to. Like when I had really, really bad tooth pain, I had to take 800s. Okay, but outside of that, I'm not taking none of that. If I'm in pain, I'm just finding a way to deal with it, but not by taking some outside substance, putting it in my body to rewire my body any way that these scientists have conjured up to do to me. Okay, so what he's saying is not false, but Dr. Umar, amongst all of this, has a bunch of lies. You see how he went straight to the black women when he brought up depression, though this man did bring up a black woman. Okay, I'm assuming a black woman, all right. And he brought them up. Why? Because a lot of what Dr. Umar does is he panders to black women, which is to me, like I said, it's almost like ironic, because it's almost like he's, like I said, opposite man, because he panders to black women, but in a way he's kind of ran through black women. All right. You see, even now he's been talking about this woman who he dated, okay, and he was saying that her private parts stink and all kind of stuff. This is how he's talking to her publicly, okay, giving her all kind of names. If he has so much respect for black women, why would he be doing that? You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Think about that. You mean somebody say, "Oh, he changed"? No, this is how he always has been when somebody has bothered him. He comes up with nicknames for them, okay? He trashes them and moves on with a firm, strong face and demeanor, and people think, "Wow, what a strong man!" Okay, what a strong person. Look how strong he's talking. Ladies and gentlemen, and especially black people, before I get off, I want to say this. African American brothers and sisters, I want to say this, okay? Just because somebody has a strong voice does not mean they know what they're talking about. Just because somebody talks in a firm way. Let's say your name is Calvin. They say, "Calvin, I just want to let you know. Okay, I want to let you know that I need you to give to the PayPal." Just because somebody talks to you that way, okay, does not mean that you need to do what they say. You understand what I'm saying? Just because they talk that way does not mean that they know what they're talking about. Okay. All right, I had to pause this video because this cat outside my room was meowing loud. Okay, now because the cat is meowing loud, does that mean that the cat knows that I need to do what the cat says? No. Okay, because the cat says meow meow. Oh, what did you say? Meow 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 meow. Oh meow meow. Oh, wait a second. You understand what I'm saying? But that's how people respond to Dr. Umar. Okay, it's sad. He's using his knowledge and understanding of the human mind to twist people and to take advantage of them. It's as simple as that. Like the video, please share it. Subscribe to the page. Talk about God and try to expose wickedness where we can find it and shine light in there, or God's light in there, and God's light is the truth. Okay, in this video and other videos where I'm explaining to you the truth of what's going on. Okay, so next time, your boy Brother Winston, peace.